Thank you very much, sir, for your, in spite of the schedule, you came here and gave the presentation and welcome speech. And I especially thank on behalf of Indian Student Association. Special thanks to you very much. One round of I'm just going to go over in my today's presentation. Normally, my objective is to recall all those noble souls who gave their lives to get the freedom to the country. And at least once a year we remember them. I just go over all the important people that really contribute. There are so many people actually. In a 15-20 minute presentation, it's impossible to cover everybody, but I try to cover as much as possible. And many people contributed to this. And actually, if you see the chronological sequence of the events, early British colonialism in just, that 1857, that is first freedom movement started in 1857. That is called Sepoy Mutiny. That's where Rani Jhansi Lakshmi Bai started. Earlier also there were some episodes, sporadic events and episodes of freedom movement, but real movement started with women. Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, that is Sepoy Mutiny. And then nationalist movement started way back in 1885 through 1905, and then non-cooperation movement started well after Mahatma Gandhi was being brought into the picture. When he got success in South Africa, then it was Vallabhbhai Patel, Nehru, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah. They brought Mahatma Gandhi. They wanted to use Gandhi's name, but later on they realized, Gandhi is much more important, much more meaningful to, and he played a vital role. Everybody knows about it. And then civil disobedience movement in 1930, and that is Salt Satyagraha. Then the Quit India movement in 1942, and finally we got independence in 1947. At the time when India got independence, actually, the Bangladesh and Pakistan were together. And then Bangladesh got in 1970, March 71, 25th March 71, got liberated from Pakistan. And there's a brief story, and to recall one of the important figures, Rani Jhansi Lakshmi Bai, the great heroine of First War of India. And she was an embodiment of patriotism, self-respect, and heroism. And many people followed later, and she is the first woman to remember. And then everybody knows about Bhagat Singh, who lived only a short span of 2.5 decades, 24, 25 years, and then he is another known figure. We should not forget him and his contributions. And he is the one who gave the slogan. What is the slogan? Can anybody tell? Inqilab Jindabad. Before hanging, they asked, there are 3 people who were about to be hanged. They said, any last wish? They said, we want to act together. They hugged each other. And then the last word they spoke was, Inqilab Jindabad. Inqilab means revolution. Jindabad is victory. Victory to revolution. And how many of you know about Jallianwala Bagh massacre? That is where the General Dayal gave, there was a congregation, there was a meeting actually of the people. They were not agitating, they were just having a meeting, and the General Dayal, he gave orders to kill everybody. There were about 1,500 rounds, 1,650 rounds of firing. And about 1,100 people died. And I think 2 years back when I visited Jallianwala Bagh, I really I cried. Because you can see some people jump into the well. Even now you can see the blood stains on the well. Many people. It is like a circular park. And people could not escape, because they were firing from different directions. And people could not escape. Jallianwala Bagh massacre, that really was one of the sad incidents in our freedom movement. And the people who contributed, we should never forget it. And Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, and he played a major role, and then he was actually the Deputy Prime Minister of India. And And he was the one who was responsible for integrating India, all these princely states together, and then we should remember him too for his vast contributions. I'm just going over these important people so that we can remember their contribution on this day. Subhash Chandra Bose, everybody. Now, people think that, okay, Mahatma Gandhi, total non-violence, and Chandra Bose is of totally violent, He is of the belief that, well, tit for tat. If you are firing at the gun, if I open my chest and stand, they will kill me. So instead, if I need to retaliate myself, and he has Azad Hind Fauj. He developed a separate army kind of a thing, and then he raised the slogan, Delhi Chalo. Chalo means come to the Delhi. Tu mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga. Means, you give me the blood, I will give you freedom. So these are the slogans, famous slogans of Subhash Chandra Bose. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, he says that, well, freedom is my birthright. Nobody can steal from me. So Swaraj is the one that is being coined by Bal Gangadhar. He said that Swaraj is my birthright. He is the one who is very famous for this slogan. And I think most of the people know about this. But before starting, I think I showed the video clip, a real video clip of Mahatma Gandhi, and then he was invited from here to the London, and even kids also invited him and all that. He was very slim, very powerful man, and is known as father of nation. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, father of nation. And as I was, I think most of you must have seen the movie Gandhi. If you have not seen, I advise you to see so that you can have a full idea of his life and all, how he has contributed to the freedom movement. And then Gopal Krishna Gokhale, he was actually is considered the guru or the teacher of Mahatma Gandhi, and one of the moderate leaders of the Indian National Congress, and very highly respected person. Gandhi learned most of the things from him. And you know that Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, and then his daughter Indira Gandhi became Prime Minister. Then her son Rajiv Gandhi became Prime Minister, and so on. Now he was one of the important people who contributed really was Nehru, and he wrote a book, Discovery of India. He is the one, he is. These are educated people. Mahatma Gandhi, though we can see him in a very simple clothing and all that, wrap a towel around his, and then he goes, almost half naked and so on. But he was barrister at law. He had his education in London, UK, and then went to South Africa. And highly educated people. And how many of you really know the real name of Chandrasekhar Azad? What is that? Chandrasekhar, his actual name is Chandrasekhar Tiwari. And he was influenced by Mahatma Gandhi. He attended when he was 14-year-old kid in a Gandhi's meeting, and then he really got so much influenced by him. Then he participated in, I think, one of the things, I think they tried to kill Major, I don't recall the Major's name, Sanders. And then he was caught, And Chandrasekhar Azad, when he was caught, he had a 14-year-old boy. Jetty asked him, what is your name? Chandrasekhar. What is your name? He said, Azad. Azad means freedom. Where do you stay? In jail. Why do you say? Because you are going to keep me in jail. Then, from that day onwards, his name became Chandrasekhar Azad. And he later on, he was encountered, and then he killed himself. He doesn't want to be caught by the people, and then he had only one bullet in his revolver, and he killed himself after killing some 3-4 British soldiers. Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, he is the one. Actually, most of the people may think in those days, at the time of division of the country, India and Pakistan, most of the Muslims will leave, but Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad is the one who stayed there, and he is the one who is responsible for educational system in India. He is the one who started the University Grants Commission. He is the one who started IITs and all this. Today education system is like this because of Maulana Abdul Kalam. He is a great contributor. And he was the youngest person to be elected as the president of the Congress. And he is the one, Lord Macaulay's address. If you see this, it was in actual address in British Parliament on 2nd February 1835. It's very interesting observation when I was going through. I have traveled across the length and breadth of India and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in this country. Such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is our spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace our old and ancient education system, our culture, for if the Indians think that all that is foreign and English is good and greater than their own, they will lose their self-esteem, their native culture, and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. He is the one who started English as a medium of instruction in India. And this is what he thought, we can break. And recently when I was going through one clip, let me play this. Just for 2 minutes. I was showing just because of one reason. The culture, when we said we can break the culture, it's impossible to break the culture. This is in London. They are chanting Veda mantras of Indian Hindu culture. It's very difficult. So his observation that we can break the culture, we can break the backbone of Indian culture and then we can rule is grossly mistaken. Now in London they are chanting Veda mantras. That shows his culture is impenetrable, we cannot break the culture and we cannot win by breaking the culture. I just wanted to show that as a sample. And then let's call Jai Hind 3 times. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Before the end of the presentation, I want to show you some few important rare photographs. This is the front page of Hindustan Times on August 15, 1947. India independent, British rule ends. This was a classic old newspaper cutting I got. And then first Independence Day celebrations in Delhi, August 15, 1947. Nehru, Lord Mountbatten. And Rashtrapati Bhavan in those days in New Delhi. And Rani Jhansi Lakshmi Bai. These are the rarest of the rare photos. And the real hero, Shahid Bhagat Singh. And Subhash Chandra Bose at the age of when he was 14 years old. Public hanging by British India. They used to do public hanging because they wanted to create fear in the minds of the people, not to revolt against the British government. And the last time when Netaji was caught by Britishers, the first Independence Day celebrations, and Subhash Chandra Bose with wife, and his original letter. And immediately, when there is a partition, you can see that how outflow and inflow of the people, people sitting over the trains and so on. And most of you I think may be aware that Pakistan got independence 5 minutes before India. It was 1947, August 14th, midnight at 11:58, Pakistan got freedom, and India got freedom in the midnight after 2 minutes. There is a 5-minute gap between Pakistan's independence and India's independence. Mahatma Gandhi and Indira Gandhi, Gandhi and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Lord Mountbatten, and the Gandhi family, that is Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and Sanjay Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Indira Gandhi and Sonia and 2 children. Once again, same photo, Rajiv, Sanjay and mother, Nehru with Indira Gandhi, Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi. In the trial of Nathuram Godse, you can see the gun in the hand. Before killing, he had his gun in the hand on the right side. You see, he's holding a gun just before he was killing Gandhi, 1948, January 30th. And this is the photo of Chandrasekhar Azad when he shot himself. So these are the rarest of the rare photos, and I wanted to share all these on the Independence Day. And thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Thank you very much once again. And if, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Balram Singh and also Kalyan ji to say a few words, followed by Dr. David Milestone to say a few words on this occasion. Thank you.